Hi, welcome to cheapwomenshoes.org. My name is Jennifer and I'm the owner of the site. Before I'd even built this site, I'd been selling shoes, goodness, like 3 years, and I'm still selling them to date. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I have a lot of experience when it comes to women's shoes. In this video, I would love to teach you 1 or 2 things that you should really be aware of when you're out there shoe shopping. You see, some vendors are not the most sincere people, and that's not to say that they're all crazy liars, because that's not the case. I'm sure there are some very legitimate and honest shoe vendors out there, but I'm sure you know where I'm coming from, that there are some people who will take advantage of you given the opportunity. As a buyer, you need to have a little bit of experience with what you're buying so that you know that you're getting the best value for your money. And as I've said, I have a lot of experience when it comes to shoes, so listen up, pay attention. I'm about to save you here. In the next minute, I will be sharing with you some secret tips that most women don't really know about buying shoes, and it leads them to make the same mistakes over and over again. You see, as a woman, it's not about being able to spot the fake or the original shoe. It's about looking good, and a lot of women actually seem to forget this tip. And then they go home and they remember it and they regret the shoe for the rest of their lives, but they never remember when they actually go out to buy the shoe. For example, if you're planning on buying shoes for an evening event or special occasions, the slingback shoe is the way to go. You see, shoe buying is all about style. It's not only going to make you look more attractive to different men, but also to the various women so that you can feel confident in yourself when you see those jealous looks on their faces. And it really gives you a boost and makes you feel like you look sexy. It's always good to have style. So let me just give you a couple of tips that you can employ for the next time that you're out buying shoes. If you're searching for footwear to go with long and mid-length skirts, flats are perfect. If you're trying to make your legs look super hot, sandals are the way to go. Sandals make your legs look awesome and it's really, really attractive to men. If you're the type who loves to copy their friends' shoes, don't do it. Okay, 90% of women will actually buy shoes just because their friend or someone they respect and admire wore those shoes, and then they end up regretting it because they are horribly uncomfortable. Make sure that you are buying shoes that are comfortable for you, whether it's heels, pumps, wedges, whatever. You want to make sure they're shoes that you can wear, not your friend. Some other things you should really pay attention to when shopping for shoes are the heel cup. It is super important. You want something that's going to be very snug and comfortable and not let your heel going up and down as you're walking. But you also need something that's not super, super tight, because otherwise it's going to cause a lot of discomfort and you're going to end up with blisters. Straps are great. Straps provide that extra breathability. You can adjust them to fit your foot if your foot doesn't naturally contour to the shape of the shoe. There's a lot of different options with those. It's better to go elastic than rigid, as long as it's not cutting it into your foot or rubbing in or anything like that. And if you can, T-straps are great because they protect the front of your foot. Padding and arch support is another big one. If you take your favorite pair of shoes, push down on them, see how springy they are. I guarantee you the shoes that are more springy are the ones that feel the best when you wear them. Some brands will actually incorporate extra padding into the particular key pressure points, and you want your shoes to make sure that that extra padding is where your own arch is. The heel's one that you all probably remember to think about. You want one that's going to be in between about a ½ inch and 2.5 to 3 inches. Definitely no more than that, or you can cause yourself foot and back pain. The wider the heel, the more stable the shoe, and a platform or a stacked heel definitely trumps a stiletto. The heel should be positioned under the center of your own heel, not set too far back. That makes it difficult to walk in and it's not as good for you. You definitely want something that's closed if you can, because that's going to provide you more stability in your shoe. The degree of incline, just as important as the heel height. A gradual ascent actually will put less pressure on the ball of your foot. You're going to want some firmness in the sole of your shoes, and please note that a soft-soled ballet flat is just as bad as wearing a pair of slippers outside. Also, rubber or leather always beats any flimsy plastic. Ornamentation is great, it's beautiful, it makes a shoe, but make sure that it's in key places. If it's where your ankle bends or where your toes are, they can really, really hurt you when you've been walking in them for some time. Top stitching is another good one to note. Shoes with tiny chain stitches cannot be stretched and the leather's less pliable. Exposed stitches can really rub and irritate your toes, and so can linings that peel back, so make sure you go over your shoes very carefully, top to bottom, heel to toe. It's also good to note calf skin is actually more breathable than the cheaper pig skin. You can identify pig skin because it has these small visible pores. As for the upper, go natural. Suede is your best friend. It's the softest, most foot-friendly material, followed probably by a really breathable leather. Fabrics are fine as long as they're not stiff. Patent and mirrored leathers, they have coatings that make them less pliable. And synthetics, avoid them when you can. As for the toe box, round and almond shapes are going to be your best bet just because they mirror the foot shape and they're going to give you the most room to wiggle around. Now obviously you don't want to be too loose, you don't want your foot sliding in and out as you're walking around, but you do want to make sure that you're not uncomfortable at all. And that's not to say that pointy shoes are bad, because pointy shoes can be really, really nice and they add a really nice effect to some outfits. Just make sure that the tip of the shoe starts at least half an inch from where your actual toes end. Also, when you're buying shoes, read the reviews of people who've already bought them online. It really doesn't matter where you buy it, whether it's online or at your local store or whatever, but going online to read the reviews of other people and learning what they have to say about it can really help you to make an educated decision on whether this is a shoe you actually want to add to your closet. If you just go onto any website for reviews, you do have to take it with a grain of salt, because a lot of people will give very biased reviews, whether they've been paid by the manufacturer to say something nice about it or whether they just hate the company and so they don't actually own the shoe and they're just making something up. You really can't tell sometimes if someone's actually being honest or not. And this is where cheapshoesforwomen.org comes into play. I've set up this site and just dedicated it to other women out there so that you can see actual honest reviews and opinions of whether a shoe is good or not. And trust me, I've worn a lot of the shoes that I am blogging about, so I'm giving you my first-hand account, and I've also promised myself just to never give a biased review of any shoe on my site. And the reviews that I'll be posting from other people, I'm not tampering with them at all. I just want them to be exactly as they are so that women can know exactly what they're getting themselves into. So, feel free, go through my site, take a look around, read the reviews, check out some shoes, and I've got some trusted vendors linked to the different shoes, so if you're looking for a place where you can actually buy them if you fall completely in love, that is a good location for you to purchase this shoe. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate, contact me. There's a contact us option there for a reason. Thanks for stopping by, and I really hope you enjoy the site.